We're back at Redbird Arena, and we've just completed the Class A championship match here live in 1992. There you see the scores. Wheaton St. Francis, after Bonnie talked with Coach Peg Kopak, back-to-back championships. And Bonnie, talk about a great opener on a great night of volleyball. What more can you ask for?
I don't know. I guess to make sure that the AA championship is just as exciting. And you know, the really interesting thing is we're featuring again a public and a parochial, and we're featuring two teams who have seen one another before during the season. Mendota having lost to Mother McAuley, and one of Mendota's stronger players was missing at the time, and so they feel like everybody is healthy and strong tonight, and they're ready to come back out, and they really think that they're going to give McAuley a run for their money.
Well, that player was Terry Zamaitis, the All-State. They're a very young team, and then we've got the experienced team of Mother McAuley.
McAuley has probably more than any other team in the tournament, features a lot of juniors and seniors, and they of course have had the McAuley tradition. They've been down here a lot. In the 80s, they ran a string of state championships equaled by no one before in history, and so just the very mention of the McAuley name brings with it some kind of a mystique. And I think Downers Grove South is very alive and alert and willing and ready to break that mystique this evening.
They're alive and alert, but boy, they've had trouble getting started.
Yes, they have, but that doesn't seem to to bother them at all. They are known as the comeback kids, and this is the year for the comeback kids, so here they go.
Well, we got a couple of kids we're going to be keying on, but boy, I tell you what, this Class A championship match set a serving table for everything else, and these two teams, Mendota and Wheaton St. Francis, have really been true champions. And we also want to mention all the other teams that have been here. Over 300 to 400 teams start this tournament. Only 8 get down here, and everyone's a champion that tries, and that's what the IHSA is all about. AA match will be coming up. That's Mother McAuley and Downers Grove South. But first, let's go to the Sports Channel studio and Randy Hahn.
All right, thank you, ladies, and welcome back to our Sports Channel studios. We hope you're enjoying our IHSA girls volleyball doubleheader. As you just saw in the Class A championship game, Wheaton St. Francis indeed defended their state championship over Mendota, winning in 2 straight. Coming up, we'll have the second game on our schedule, the AA final between Downers Grove South and Mother McAuley. But right now, let's head back out to Redbird Arena in Normal for the girls AA final and join Ann Penstone and Bonnie Beach. Ladies.
Thanks a lot, Randy, and welcome back to Redbird Arena. We're glad you stayed with us, and if you just tuned in, this is the second of 2 matches tonight. This is the AA IHSA championship match. We've already had the A, and Wheaton St. Francis won that, and Bonnie, now the big schools, and we're going to start with Downers Grove South, who'll be playing against the Mighty Macs of Mother McAuley. Downers Grove South is their first time here.
Well, they're very excited about this. They played Mother McAuley once earlier during the season, and their path took them past Glenbrook South and then Jacksonville, which I think was a surprise to a lot of people, and then in a very tough match with Crystal Lake South.
Well, they've got 2 very tough underclassmen, Terry Zamaitis and Tracy Black, and boy, are they fun to watch.
Well, the last time that Downers Grove met Mother McAuley, they were without Terry Zamaitis, and she is probably their biggest offensive person, and so they really feel they have a good chance tonight because she's playing.
A lot of people look at her. She's 6'2", but Tracy Black is just a sophomore, maybe unsung, but not to the people who know volleyball. Now for the Mighty Macs, they've been here so many times before in the 80s, but they were 4th last year. They want to come back and leave as champions against Downers Grove South. And Coach Patterson, you can see their road. Never an easy one, and anybody gets in their way, they have so far been successful. In this quarterfinals, it was Lockport, and in a tough, emotional match, Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin, who almost took a game away from them.
Just about, but not quite. And that seems to be the McAuley mystique or the McAuley magic or whatever you want to talk about. They have such depth and such talent that they don't fall into many traps.
They've got so much balance, both everybody hits, passes, but they've got a quarterback, Michelle Battistella, who is the setter for this squad.
Well, Battistella is she's a beautiful player in her own right. She's very talented, she's very mobile, very athletic, she's a great setter, but does she ever have an arsenal of people to pick from? She's got hitters who can put the ball down, she's got players who can finesse the ball, and she will deliver the ball to them in any circumstances. So it really should be a great, great match this evening.
Well, stay with us, folks. It's going to be fun, and we'll be back with the lineups right after this. Welcome back. Let's go to Julie Bolts for the lineups.
And now, meet the players who will compete in the Class AA Championship match for the visiting Mighty Macs of Mother McAuley, who enter the match with a record of 38 wins and 2 losses. Please meet Coach Nancy Peterson. Coach Peterson has a career record of 355 wins and 44 losses for a career of 16 years. The non-starting players for the Mighty Macs are number 6, Colleen Christensen. Number 7, Kelly Maloney. Number 8, Colleen Quinlan. Number 13, Carrie Burney. Number 14, Katie Owens. Number 15, Janine Sesniak. Number 18, Carolyn Vlassis. And number 19, Eileen Skalitsky. The starting lineup for Chicago Mother McAuley: in right back, a 5'4" junior, number 11, Amy Couchbrenner. In right front, a 5'8" senior, captain for the Mighty Macs, number 3, Michelle Dennis. In center front, a 5'6" senior, number 1, Michelle Battistella. In left front, a 5'11" junior, number 9, Jennifer Bell. In left back, a 5'9" senior, number 12, Sherry Hughes. And in right back, center back, a 5'8" senior, number 10, Katie Walsh. With a record of 36 wins and 5 losses. Please meet Coach Judy Gresham. Coach Gresham has a career record of 338 wins, 193 losses for a career of 18 years. The non-starters for the Mustangs: number 7, Katie Wise. Number 9, Tammy Mandros. Number 11, Sally Butler. Number 13, Christy Boker. Number 14, Julie Forbaz. Number 15, Sarah Zimmerman. Number 21, Katie Perkins. And number 24, Stacy Vargas. The starting lineup for Downers Grove South: in right back, a 6-foot junior, number 23, Amy Thompson. In right front, a 5'6" junior, number 5, Nicole Little. In center front, a 5'7" senior, captain for the Mustangs, number 20, Debbie the front, a 6'2" junior, number 18, Terry Zamaitis. In left back, a 5'8" senior, number 6, Eve Zeitzig. And in center back, a 5'10" sophomore, number 22, Tracy Black.
Well, there you have the starting lineups and all the hugs. You see the hairpieces on Downers Grove South. Every ribbon, a team they've beaten. And there's the togetherness of Mother McAuley. The Mighty Macs back again.
No, Ann, this is very interesting. For the first time in a long time, in both championship matches, we have 4 women coaches. In both championship matches, we have teams who met one another during the season. In both championship matches, we have 1 public, 1 parochial school. And with one exception, and that exception being Mendota, all the other 3 teams have had competition in and out of state.
And you know, it's an honor for the teams to be down here. It's also an honor for the referees. There you see referee Denise Izat and her partner, the umpire Peg Campana. Outstanding officials, as are all the ones that have been here down at the tournament, but it's a special honor to do the championship game.
Boy, it certainly is. And it's an honor to have them do the championship game. They are officials who have proven themselves, and they've done a great job all season long, and that's the reason they're here.
It's really nice, too. You have seen some of the sportsmanship awards given in Class A will be done again in AA, and that's something that Marty Hickman, one of the assistant executive directors, has instituted, and I think it's a really huge step in talking about what's important in high school athletics is what it's not just winning.
It is, and it's been very interesting to be up in the stands because people are talking about it, and people are talking about, ooh, did you see that? And wasn't that a nice thing to do? And look at everybody shaking hands, and it's a nice focus to have. It's a very positive focus.
And one of the neat things about it, the award is a banner, and with all the focus on the Chicago Bulls being from Illinois and hanging a banner and how they focus on it, what a nice thing to put in your own gym.
Absolutely.
We're about ready to get underway, and it's going to be Downers Grove South with the first attempt, and Amy Thompson, the 6-foot junior, back to serve. And we're underway, Class AA. Right away, that ball's out by Debbie Mays, and side out to McAuley. Amy Kalchbrenner, the 5'4" junior, back to serve for the Mighty Macs. Tough pass, saved nicely by Eve Zeitzig, and down it goes, side out.
That was a really nice save by Eve Zeitzig. It's a difficult ball to save, and she jumped up and knocked it out of the net.
He's a senior, a very bright student. Cross court, out. No touch, point. So first blood goes to the Mustangs of Downers Grove South. Service by Nicole Little, a 5'6" junior, a very young squad as we open with. Nicole's an all-state soccer player. Outside to Mays. Cross court, just out. Side out.
Now again, we would remind people that these officials are working with linespeople who are officials in their own right, and they volunteered their time down here to help out by being linespeople, and what a tremendous help.
Into Zamaitis, and she's quickly blocked by Sherry Hughes on her attempted tip. Point, Mother McAuley. We're tied at 1 apiece. Attempt. The dig by Mays, unable for Zamaitis to get it over. Would have been almost impossible, besides she fell over the line. But a great attempt, and McAuley gets their first lead, 2-1. Right at Zamaitis. And you see the quickness of McAuley as the ball bounced all over, but did hit hands.
That's right, and also the power of Zamaitis, and it didn't look like she hit the ball that hard, but it was hard enough to go through the block and do about 3 ricochets on the way down.
Believe me, she's got a harder one. Outside to Hughes. Outside, but Denise Izat said it was touched and side out. Debbie May is unaware of it right now, but she drops the ball back. And Michelle Battistella, that quarterback we talked about, the senior setter. Jennifer Bell tried to go right back over on the long pass by Zamaitis. Not successful that try, and so Terry will go back to serve. Just a junior, a three-sport athlete, basketball and softball are other two. Tough play. It turned out all right. Jennifer Bell just shaking her head. She can't believe what happened on the low set, but it ended up okay if you're a Mighty Mac fan. And into the lineup for the Mighty Macs come two subs. That'll be Janine Sesniak and Carrie Burney. With some of that power, just a little bit outside. Point, Mighty Macs. Nice serve. Hughes takes it right back down.
Took the overpass, and that's one of the most wonderful things if you are the receiver of an overpass, is just to be able to jump up. And, you know, and it's a real technique. You don't take a big backswing, you just jump up and bang down over the top of the ball.
She demonstrated it well on that one. There's Black. Side out to the Mustangs. Eve Seidzik back to serve. The only starting senior on this squad. Just out, side out. Tried to find the thin line, missed the outside of it. So Sherry Hughes, the 5'9" senior. Outside to Black. Nice pass by Zamaitis to Little. How important is it to get your big hitter off strong?
Very, very important, because it builds her confidence, it builds your team up, and it also tells the other team that they've got to watch out and they've got to attend to that hitter every time she goes up for the ball.
Hughes, and that one's going way up into the stands, side out. Little power on both sides of the net. Michelle Dennis. They've done that quite successfully for Black, but this time just a little bit. She's had two close ones go wide.
That's right.
Mighty Macs up 5-2. Right at the double block, picked on the shorter player, and out of bounds it goes off the touch.
She did that very well, just like Zamaitis did before. Hughes went right at it and knocked the block away.
Downers having trouble on that initial pass. You can't have an attack unless your pass goes good, and Coach Judy Gresham wants to talk about it. So with the Mighty Macs leading 7-2, we'll go to break and be back right after this. Here's the last point.
And here's a graphic example, and you cannot say enough for good passing. Basic good passing. Even if you have a good setter, you can't expect her to have to go and do everything for the ball. The pass is absolutely essential.
Sides it gave it everything, but unable to help that. Saw Debbie Mays sliding out of bounds trying to save it. Back to pass out the timeout. Michelle Dennis up 7-2. Nice dig. Oh.
Zamaitis just got called for reaching over the net, so she hit the ball was dug, and it was like an overpass coming up to the net, and Zamaitis reached over. Before it broke the plane, she reached over, and you can't do that.
You got to let the team have a chance to play the ball.
That's right. You got to let the other guys play.
Tough break there because she came out with a nice hit, and now it's quickly transformed into 2 points. And with a string of 5 straight, Michelle Dennis has 7 of her 9 points. Little can't quite get out of the way, but she makes the nice pass. Black for the back row, booms it, but picked up by Dennis. Hughes tries it into the net, side out. So
Hughes went up with fire in her eyes. But Tracy Black has really had some nice hits from the back court.
Debbie Mays, a 5'7" senior. You need a couple of quick points here. Oh, big block by Zamitis.
Hughes coming in with the ball, and she really cranked on it, and Zamitis was right there. And it doesn't matter how well you cover the hitter on that. You're not going to dig it up.
Another good serve. There's an example of what you talked about before, Bonnie, but this time she let part of the ball come over the net, perfectly legal.
That's right, but again, it was really difficult. It was an overpass, and Michelle Battistella tried to get up on the ball and just couldn't.
Goes back to Bell, and now the big block. All of a sudden, the blocking of Downers Go South, bringing them right back in with 3 straight points. They're down 5-9 now.
Tracy Black and Terry Zamitis, what a brick wall.
Nancy Peterson looking on, watching the Mighty Macs. Hughes. Same thing that happened to Black earlier. Great power, but just out. And Downers Go South continues to string, and now the Mighty Macs want to talk it over. 4 straight points on the service of Debbie Mays, and the blocking up front of Zamitis and Black.
You know, and one of the interesting things that always seems to have stood McAuley in such good stead is that because they have such balance and such depth on their team, they don't usually seem to get very rattled. And so I'm sure what Nancy is doing is just kind of resetting where they're going to set the blocks, probably talking to them about making a little bit better passes up to Battistella, and you know, really watching what they're doing in terms of their hitting. They may want to go down the line. Most of what they've put up so far has been angle. So he's just making some small adjustments like that, and just trying to calm the kids down.
Well, let's see if it worked. Debbie Mays would like to see it keep going. The Mighty Macs want to put a stop to it. Outside to Hughes. This time she finds the court.
Yes, she did, and that will bring the total for Mother McAuley. Has 9 kills so far in the match. Bell having 4 of those, while Downers Grove South has 5, and Zamitis owns 3 of those.
Michelle Battistella back to serve. Sides it to Zamitis. Again, good blocking. Well, there's an interesting combination. Oh, and a dig. Great save. South thought it was down, but it's still in place, so Zamitis got to go again. Touch, says Denise Isaac. Side out. What an exchange. The crowd. Good thing the players weren't taken in by the fact that everybody else thought it was down.
That's right. I have to tell you personally, I thought that ball was down also, but Denise Isaac is a very sharp official.
Zamitis back row now. Oh! That one by Katie Walsh. After Zamitis tried to get back in the serve, she cut off the angle and took it right at her, side out. Substitution coming back in for the Mighty Macs, number 13, Carrie Burney, and number 15, Janine Sesniak. Burney back to serve. Right at Black. Boy, that young lady is a sophomore, is a load.
She is a great hitter.
Eves Isaac. Down by 3. Overpass, saved nicely by Battistella. Boy, didn't plan it that way, but it worked out fine. Isaac tried to set.
She had Amy Thompson coming behind her for kind of a medium quick, and the ball just went over the net. At least I think it wasn't planned.
You never know, but it worked. Oh, there's Black.
Thought we were going to give that one right back to you,
two great teams.
And here's Downers Grove South doing their thing, coming back again.
Nice try by Mays, but back in the net, side out. Sherry Hughes, who had that last hit, will go back to serve. Outside to Black, off the block. Net violation called on the Mighty Macs, so side out. All those passes, they're so tight that it's...
That's right. That was going to be a difficult one to pull out of the net, so I'm sure Downers Grove is heaving a sigh of relief on that one.
Black in the back row now. And they picked right on that spot. Nice tip.
Now Downers Grove throwing 3 blockers into the middle, and if you get a tip on that, it's very often difficult to cover.
Katie Walsh serving with her team leading by 1. Great serve. Almost looked like Cesniak changed her mind, was going to hit it, and then ended up with having to tip.
That's right. She found herself about 2 or 3 feet off the net, and you can't tip, and that's not a good spot to quick hit. So
down by 1, the Mustangs behind Amy Thompson's serve. Another tough pass. Zemaitis in the middle. And Hughes unable to convert that. We're all tied at 9, and the Cardiac Kids are another patented comebacks.
well, Downers Grove is really taking their game right now and putting it to McAuley. McAuley seems to be playing a little bit more tentatively.
But they've been here before. The Mighty Macs have had to come back as well.
That Zemaitis was in the net on that one, but again, even though she was on the net, Mays and Zemaitis set that block, and they were right up there, and that's going to give McAuley something to think about again, because more and more Zemaitis has been there every time McAuley's attacked the ball.
He just grinned and looked. She's over there laughing as the subs come in. Bell back into the lineup, as well as Kalkbrenner. She'll go back to serve. Tied at 9 apiece. Double-A championship match, first game after a great A match. Winds up, picked up by Kalkbrenner. Zemaitis a little bit late off the hands, and the diving save by Mays unsuccessful. Point Mighty Macs.
Not a great place to make a service error, and not usually something typical of McAuley.
Nicole Little for the Mustangs. Mays becomes a hitter. What an angle.
That was a very, very acute angle. They only had 1 blocker there to contend with, and that's Terry Zemaitis. It's really hard, unless you're right there, to stop these guys with 1 blocker, either team.
Back row attack. Yes, great save. Oh, what a conversion by Battistella on the overpass close to the net.
Just like you do it in the movies. That was beautiful, and Battistella jumped up, jump set. Jennifer Bell just took it right out of her hands and put it down. And those are the kinds of things you see almost in international competition, collegiate competition. It was perfect.
Oh, that's power.
That is power. And Zemaitis took that ball from about 8 feet back from the net and still managed to get through the block.
Mays back to serve. They're down by 2. McAuley inches away. Downers comes back. Let's see if they make another comeback. Oh, quick attack by Jennifer Bell.
Jennifer Bell, I think, is very deceptive. She's very cool and calm. She's kind of nonchalant about what she does up there. But she has great control over the shots she takes.
Battistella. Everybody had a great look at it. Terry Zemaitis. France. Way out of bounds on that one. Substitution, Mighty Macs. Cesniak and Bernie. Carry back to serve. Thompson has been kind of quiet. Thompson looked for the touch, and Peg Campbell, the umpire, says yes, and Denise Isaac calls it side out to the Mustangs. Sidesick the setter, back to serve.
That ball was up and down before anybody knew what happened. The block was still forming. Zemaitis wasn't looking at the ball. She's still moving into position in the backcourt.
Meanwhile, Katie Walsh came across and laid it down cross court. Sherry Hughes back to serve. Black on the tip. Oh, Battistella, another great save. Battistella doesn't let anything hit the floor. You cannot overemphasize the value she has to this team.
No, she doesn't. And not only does she get things, but she throws them back up in the air for her hitters to do something with.
The quick attack goes down, and all of a sudden it's 13-9 Mighty Macs, and Downers Grove South wants a timeout. We'll be back right after this. Some of the happy Mighty Mac fans, and while we were away, the players who are not in the starting lineup for Downers Grove South led the cheers of their fans across the way, exhorting them to bring it out louder and help them out.
I think they've done that consistently all season long.
Nancy Peterson of Mother McAuley doesn't look very relaxed for a coach with a 4-point lead, and there's good reason why. She knows the Mustangs have been coming back all year. See if they can do so out of the timeout. Little off the block. Nice save by Zizek. Funny, it seems that Mother McAuley is running a lot more complicated attacks out of the last
It is.
few
They're
points.
showing a lot of things. They're showing them crosses, and they're showing them tandems, and they're showing them two hitters coming to the net, not crossing but coming at the same time. So,
well, their strategy has brought them one game towards the state championship trophy as they win the first one 15-9 against the Mustangs of Downers Grove South.
they certainly led in the statistical category. Mother McAuley ended that match, I think, with about 20 kills. Bell had 7 of them, and they had 10 digs. Downers Grove South, on the other hand, had 11 kills, with Zemaitis responsible for 5 of those and 8 digs. So McAuley comes out on the plus side almost any way you want to look at it.
Well, Michelle Dennis had 8 serves, and we'll be back with game 2 to see if they continue their ways right after this. Takes a lot of people to put together a team and a production and a tournament, and there you get a look at all the stats that are a result, Bonnie.
And it's not only are the stats amazing, but the fact that we're getting them for our own team over here very quickly so that we can report them to the fans. You see, once again, McAuley is leading in the statistical category, as well as what you're seeing out on the court and as well as with the scores. With 19 kills to 11 kills by Downers Grove South. They lead 1 dig in that category and 2 service aces. Right now, Bell and Walsh from Mother McAuley have 7 kills, and Dennis and Walsh have 4 digs apiece. And for Downers Grove South, Zemaitis has 5 kills and Zizek has 3 digs. They're doing a beautiful job. You know, how much more can you ask of a team? And it gets to be very frustrating when you're doing everything that you can do and you're still not putting the points up on the board the way you would like them to be up there.
And speaking of teams, we've got a great one here in our production staff. We're getting great shots of fans. They're doing the wave right now. We've gotten great shots of coaches, and the atmosphere that's here at Redbird Arena and Illinois State University helps the IHSA put this on. And Ola Bundy, the Associate Executive Director, it's just great. You can see all the crowd down here. They've been hooping it up for 2 days, and it hasn't lulled a bit, and everybody's joining in the fun.
That's right, and as you said, this is so exciting, and our production crew is doing such a great job bringing to people, and the fact that it's live this evening makes it that much more electrical. It's really terrific.
We hope you get the feel that we're getting right now as the Mighty Macs try to serve for game 2. And started out successfully with the first point as Amy Kalchbretter puts them on the board. High school athletics is so different than anything else. It's just very special. We're really glad that all of you have joined us here tonight. Mays right on the line. Downers Grove catches a break side out.
Right into the backcourt it went.
Amy Thompson. Oh, what ability by Bell to come down and go back up with the other hand.
Bell went up with her right hand. The ball had already crossed over her body, so she just poked at it with her left.
It's almost acrobatic. There's a touch apparently on that out-of-bounds ball. That's why it went booming out. So we're all tied up at 1, and Thompson will serve again. Great serve. Dug out. Little saves it for Mays. Vanistella sends it outside, and it goes off the net. Downers with its first lead of game 2.
Umpire, Peg Campana, caught that. She just kind of lost her balance and touched the net with her shoulders as she went forward.
Again, it all started with the tight pass. That pass getting too close to the net and hard to handle. Thompson's got a string of 3 going right now. They cleared up the passing on that one, and Michelle Dennis nailed it. Side out to the Mighty Macs. She'll go back to serve. She was the serving star the last game, having 8 of their 15. So Midas boomed that one cross court off of Sherry Hughes. Side out to the Mustangs. Quick attack is successful for Jennifer Bell, and we'll go back the other way.
Beautiful, beautiful pass into Michelle Battistella. And Bell was coming across just as the pass came into her hands, and as the ball came up, down it went.
And Downer South has really got a good eye. They've let a lot of close ones go by, and they haven't been wrong yet.
No, they haven't, and that's a real talent for a team, because a lot of teams have a tendency to play balls that are out of bounds, and it's a...
Back to Hughes. Not up by Amy Thompson, side out.
And as you watch the McAuley hitters coming in, first of all, they're taking very strong approaches, and as they come in, their mechanics are so good in terms of what they're doing with their hitting approach. They're stopping, going up in the air. Their arm patterns are very strong. They get a good ready position and hit down on the ball so hard.
Nobody there to hit it, unfortunately, because 2 people were back there digging it out for Sidzik. Point, Mother McAuley. Down and right back up again. All right, she wants to go at it again. Oh, miss hit, one of the few that she's had. And that ties the game up at 3. Second game, AA championship match. See, Mother McAuley won the first game. They've won this tournament 7 times. Downers go south, making its first appearance, making it a memorable one. Ball out of bounds, side out. Just missed on the sideline.
Sherry Hughes really cranked on that, but it looked like she came from the right side and kind of cranked on the outside, brought it out of bounds.
Touch on the block, side out. Sherry Hughes, a 5'9" senior. Black, out of bounds. Point, Mother McAuley. Here's Tracy Black with a smile. My fault, she says. Let's go. Great camera work. Out to Thompson. Doesn't get any help from the net. 4 hits. Point, Mighty Max. A little bit of a run here by McAuley.
Kind of feels like they're shifting into high gear.
Oh my gosh. It was almost as if they were looking for an illegal hit on their own team and waited to see what was going to happen. But either way, it's a point for the Mighty Max, and quickly they go up 6-3. We'll be back as you look at the Mighty Max right after this.
So far, Mother McAuley has 4 kills, 2 service aces. Downers Grove has 3 kills and no service aces. Really kind of feels like McAuley is shifting into overdrive here, and they have managed to pull ahead. And one of the things you can't do with McAuley is let them get a foot in the door, because they'll just kick the door to smithereens.
Jerry Hughes continues to serve. Tries a short ball. Oh, very successfully. Sharon Little looks up like, where the rest of you guys go?
That's right. Another service ace from McAuley.
What a smart player. Finding spots, making the move.
Whoa. And Michelle Dennis kind of doing a limbo under there and ending up on the other side of the net.
That set was a little bit close to the net and tough to play. She made a stab at it. Zajdzik to serve. That went out of bounds. Point, Downers Grove. So after a long drought, they're finally back in the scoring column, down by 3. Black with the power and the quick arm swing.
That's right. That's just in case you think that Downers Grove has decided not to hit the ball.
Another one of their patented comebacks.
Way.
Oh, what a great serve. Now, they hit no aces, but that's pretty darn close. Great serve by Eve Zajdzik. They're within 1. You can't fall asleep with the Mighty Max, and you can't ever underestimate the Mustangs.
Zajdzik is doing a great job of serving. You know, I would say that before I had seen what was happening in this match, that McAuley was not one of those kind of teams where you could let them start going ahead and then expect to catch up on them. Again, if you watch Zajdzik serve, and she's just put 1 ace down, and now she forces another bad pass over here on McAuley. She's doing a really nice job of mixing the ball around.
And there you see the miscommunication, which is very rare.
Which is exactly what you'd like if you're the serving team. It happened for the receivers.
There's the non-starters from Downers Go South, bringing this crowd into fever pitch and saying, come on, guys, help us through this. A little bit of showmanship, maybe, Mike.
I think you're right.
They're having
the
fun.
more attention it gets, the better the show gets.
some of their fans. Well, we're all tied up, 7-all. The Mighty Macs won game 1. And here comes Downers. Oh, not what you want to see happen out of a timeout.
Unless you were the coach that called it.
In which case you look great.
Right.
Katie Walsh. Boy, that was a boomer, but it just went outside, trying to pick her spots a little too tight.
Yeah, just missed.
That'll let Tracy Black come up. And off the hands goes Michelle Dennis on the hit. Side out. Back to the Mighty Macs. Substituting come back in for McAuley, Jennifer Bell, and Amy Couchbrenner. Amy will go back and serve. Judy and Rich Gresham talking it over. Rich was shaking his head. Nancy Peterson. Back to Thompson. Quiet for a while, but makes herself known there on the nice direction. And she'll go back and serve. Nice pickup by Black. Zemaitis finds a hole, picked up by Couchbrenner and saved. Nice pass by Black. Zemaitis comes around and yes, beautiful.
Back in the middle and then comes around on the right side and puts the ball down.
That was one of the prettiest sequences we've had in the match.
You watch this happen again. Zemaitis makes a transition out of the middle, comes all the way around on the right side, jumps and slides into the ball.
Downers go south, up by 1. Black calls it out correctly. Battistella tried to tip it over. She didn't have much choice. There wasn't much room to do anything else. 9-7. Downers go south as Tracy Black.
Unbelievably, they are coming back again. Or have come back again.
You need to come a little bit farther. It's a little bit long at that point. Side out to the Mighty Macs. A little too much adrenaline, maybe. Michelle Dennis yet to score off of her serve in this game, but she was a star in the last one. Zemaitis. Just out. Point. Outside a little.
Miscue on McAuley. You don't see them do that very often, but we see a couple times this evening.
Part of that, Bonnie, it is really loud in here, and I think the players are having a little bit of trouble actually hearing each other.
It is, and both teams are running plays. They're showing finger signals to one another, but they're also talking to one another a lot, and I'm sure it's difficult to hear.
Nice serve by Little, and the effort by Mays unfortunately keeps Black from being able to dig it out. Side out. Michelle Battistella, the setter. McAuley down by 1. Back row attack by Black, picked up. Whoa, Hughes was upset by that. She tried to use 2 hands and hit the antenna. Side out to Downer South. Debbie Mays to serve. Nice serve. Go the Mustangs. 10-8. They need this game to take it to 3. Outside. Out of bounds. Downers go south, making another one of their patented comebacks.
visibly shaken at this point, which is pretty amazing.
With a crowd from down south going nuts. We'll be back right after this.
You know, Ann, very often you say of a team like Downers Grove South, they're playing, sometimes they play a little bit tentatively, and they're playing like, you know, they don't want to lose. And one of the slogans that came out of the campaign, or one of the things that I heard was really wonderful, is that one of the candidates won because he was not afraid to lose. And that's what Downers Grove South is playing like tonight. They're not afraid to lose. They pulled out all stops, and they're just going to go for it. And that's the only way you can approach something like this.
A lot of the timeout. Jennifer Bell puts one right back down, and we've got side out.
That brings the kills up for McAuley to 6, 3 service aces, and they've had 2 serving errors. Downers Grove South has 5 kills, 3 service aces, and 3 serving errors. That's a lot of serving errors to start with from both of the teams, and it will tell you what kind of pressure there is going on out there.
Katie Walsh has spent a lot of time talking to Sherry Hughes, apparently calming her down or talking to her about something as the 2 subs come in for the Mighty Backs. That ball out of bounds, and boy, that was close as Debbie Mays gave it a good look before deciding to let it go, and there's those good eyes of the Mustangs.
They really have done an outstanding job of letting the out balls go.
Terry Zamaitis. Well, Hughes, whatever Walsh said to Hughes, sure worked. Whew. And she'll go back now to serve. They're down by 4, 8-12. Uh-oh. Nice play by Tracy Black after the overpass by Zamaitis made it look bad for Downers Grove South, side out.
You almost expect to see that get killed right back, and McAuley turned it into an error.
Eve Seidzik, the setter for the Mustangs. Well, that was unusual.
Highly.
That was one of the more unusual plays I've ever seen.
Kind of a very strange exchange there. About 3 balls went back and forth at the net, and
nice block, but picked up. Good call by Pet Campana as
Katie Walsh was way over the center line.
Well, Seidzik on the brink of taking the Mustangs to game 3 as you see the non-starters holding hands. We're going to substitute for the Mighty Macs coming into the game is Katie Owens, trying to break some of the momentum since they are out of timeouts in this game. You only get 2 unless your team gets tied at 14. You can't say everybody doesn't count on this team. Look at those young ladies.
No kidding.
Nice up. Gotta give Katie Owens credit. She tried to bring it back in, but as they have done so many times before, everybody counts them out, and here come the Mustangs. They've tied it up at 1, and we're gonna come back with game 3 in this AA championship match, live from Redbird Arena.
See the stats for Mother McAuley: 26 kills, 17 digs, and 5 aces. Downers Grove South, 20 kills, 14 digs, and 3 aces. They are losing in every category except for the score. And Downers Grove has done it again. They are the comeback kids, and they played in there as if there were no tomorrow. And they pulled out all the stops, and 15-8 was the second game score. And right now, this Redbird Arena is rocking with "We Will Rock You," and the drums are hammering. You can feel the vibrations in the floorboards. The players are pumped. McAuley has yet to come back out on the floor, and Downers Grove is jumping and jiving. And
well, we're glad that you've joined us. I'm Ann Penson along with Bonnie Beach as you look at the non-stars from Downers Grove South doing their patented dance between games and between timeout. They've taken their role and they are rocking you. See? What a championship game. Oftentimes somebody gets a set of nerves in this game, and the momentum. We haven't even talked about momentum.
just been steady crawl, scored a point.
Well, we're sure glad you've joined us live from Redbird Arena in Normal, Illinois, where you see the game scores. We're tied at 1 apiece, and it's best 2 out of 3 for all the marbles. Amy Thompson, the senior from Downers Grove South, will start it off. They've won the toss and chose to serve. McAuley will defend the right side court. Officials checking the lineups. It's 1 game, and the season will be over.
No matter what, it will end.
The outcome is in doubt. Let's see what happens. Bell starts out with a kill from the McAuley and side out. Amy Kalchbrenner for the Mighty Macs. Sidesick handles the pass. Mays. From the back row, Katie Walsh, point Mother McAuley.
McAuley has come out real strong.
You don't win 7 titles without having some sort of persistence.
No, that's true.
Great serve. Another one of the aces of the Mighty Macs.
Debbie Mays was none too pleased with that, but she kind of has the attitude, okay, come back at me because I'm going to get the next one.
Debbie hurt her ankle in the semifinal match. We're sure glad to see her back here. She doesn't seem to be suffering any ill effects, although she does have an air cast on.
She seems to be moving well.
Nicole Little. Outside to Bell. It was tipped, but no chance for Thompson as it went rocketing off the block. Michelle Dennis for the Mighty Macs. Oh, they are amazing.
They are incredible, and those balls couldn't be more than 3 inches out of bounds, and they have not played one.
You may not be able to see it at home, but those balls aren't going straight either. They're floating all over the place. Good block, but nobody picked it up.
Physic was kind of moving into position, but she was a little bit late.
Battistella. Great dig by Battistella. Unable to convert, side out to the Mustangs. 6'2" junior Terry Zemaitis. Downers yet to score in this third. McAuley showing the same eyes as the Macs, and Zemaitis didn't like that one, but it's going to stand.
No, Zemaitis was going to hit very close to the line, and that's where she was aiming, but the ball just drifted out a little bit. The nice thing is there was a linesperson right there. She saw the ball and called it out immediately.
Carrie Burney back to serve after subbing in. Picks right on Zemaitis. Out to Thompson. Dug out beautifully, but unable to be saved. Side up. Well, Bonnie, we're picking up in game 3 just like we left. Back and forth.
Momentum still doesn't seem to be a great factor, one way or the other.
Sidesick to serve. That ball put down by Sesniak.
You know, for either team, it's very difficult to expect somebody in the backcourt to dig the ball when there's been no block contact because those balls are coming so hard.
Sherry Hughes. Finds the open spot, Amy Thompson.
Beautiful hit by Thompson right out of Zizek's hands.
Tracy Black down by 2. Yet to score in this match. Overpass. Thompson takes care of that one.
And that one she let come over the net. It was almost wholly over the net before she just flicked her wrists at the ball.
Katie Walsh.
Burn, baby, burn.
after that little display of power, she'll go back and show her serve. Oh, looked about the same. Out to Mays. Well hit, but off the antenna. Point, Mother McAuley. 3-1.
Katie Walsh is serving with a tremendous amount of topspin on the ball. At least the last one she did. This one, way up and down in the air.
Change of pace on the serve, but Thompson on the hit. Nice save by Little.
Isaac gets the ball over the net.
I'll tell you what, Tracy Black dug that out the last second. Nicole Little so quick, never gave up, and it turned in.
See the ball dug, comes out of the net. Little puts it up in the air, and Isaac just passes this floppy little ball over. But again, it's a change of pace ball, and sometimes those are harder to handle than the things that are coming 80 miles an hour.
Everybody keeping the balls alive. People running all over, trying to get organized here. Zamaitis out of bounds. Side out. Substitutions for the Mighty Mac. Back in Kalkbrenner and Bell. And Amy Kalkbrenner will go back to serve. Nobody there to help her. Point, Mother McAuley.
You know, and we've just been handed an amazing statistic. Downers Grove South has made 7 service errors in the match, and Mother McAuley has made 5.
Zamaitis at the net. Good block. Dug out by Battistella. Tried to save by Hughes. Side out to Downers South.
That's a lot of service errors for 2 teams who are playing so well.
I didn't even realize it. It's not the kind of thing that's become real obvious just by watching. Nicole Little, they're down by 3. Third game, AA championship match. Bell off the head of the blocker, perfectly legal. Net violation on Zamaitis.
Zamaitis was kind of throwing a flying block there. She knew the ball was coming, and she just jumped and drifted sideways right into the net.
Michelle Dennis. Oh. Communication between center and hitter.
That's right, and again, just as the ball came out of Battistella's hand, Jennifer Bell was right there, and the timing is so critical, and it's so beautiful to watch.
Ball off the hands of Terry Zamaitis, and we're going to get a timeout by Downers Grove South as Judy Gresham wants to talk to her troops. We'll be back right after this. We're back live at Redbird Arena, Game 3. As you see the scores of each of those games, Mother McAuley had not been extended to 3 games. Downers Grove South has made a habit of it.
Yes, they have, and not only that, well, right now, McAuley leads in their kills. Bell has 12 kills in the entire match so far from Mother McAuley, and Downers Grove South, Zamaitis has 8. So, again,
that's 8 more than she had because she didn't play in the last match.
That's right.
Well, she is a factor. Outside to Hughes, blocked nicely. Battistella with a heads-up play, saved by Thompson. A little. Oh.
And that time Bell went forward instead of straight up in the air, and the ball went out of bounds.
Almost every time Downers Grove South has had a great save, they have been able to convert it. Mays back to serve. Oh, great serve. Sherry Hughes goes diving into her.
Whoa.
Outside to Hughes. Oh. She's so slight, you just don't realize what kind of power she has.
No, but she gets a really great approach, and her preparation for hitting is mechanically so sound. She really lets go on the ball.
Nice pass by Terry Zemaitis. Sizek tried one of her rare attempts over on the second and goes into the net. Point Mother McAuley. McAuley leads 7-2. Time to look for one of Downer's patented comebacks, and Tracy Black says, here's a way to start one. Hughes, that ball was tipped on the block, and Zemaitis couldn't quite adjust to keep it off her chest.
Jammed her body there.
Side out. Substitution for the Mighty Macs. Number 13, Carrie Burney, and number 15, Janine Cesniak.
Nancy Little in the backcourt going, good pass, just one good pass, get the pass up. Couldn't be more accurate.
Black set McAuley. Wasn't quite what she had in mind.
No, overpass, and Zizek tried to jump up and block the ball, and she just kind of got knocked over her feet.
8-2 McAuley as you look at Sizek, the setter for Downers Grove South. Another overpass, but Sizek saves this one. Black through the middle of the back row, side out.
Shoots it to the outside, and that was great. Kills in this game, Mother McAuley has 10, and Downers Grove South now owns 4 of them.
Sizek to serve. Batistella on the great attempt. Point, Downers Grove South.
Bad pass.
Almost looked like Cesniak slipped, and the late swing then went over the top, but it worked nevertheless.
It was a nice off-speed shot. However she got it, it was very effective.
Hughes back to serve. Nice pass by Black.
And that was a set that Zizek would like to have back right now. She pushed a little bit too hard with her left hand and set the ball over the net.
9-3 Mighty Macs. Not up by Amy Thompson. Point Mighty Macs, and quickly Mother McAuley goes into double figures, looking for their 8th state championship. Well, we'll be back right after this with more action. Live from Redbird Arena, AA IHSA championship match. There you see the game scores. And the big lead right now by the Mighty Macs after the timeout by Downers Grove South.
That's Downers Grove South, second timeout. We talked about momentum not really being a factor in the first 2 games, and it really is a factor now.
Outside to Black.
Flipped it into the backcourt.
The Mighty Macs look concerned, but that you can begin to feel the momentum definitely switching.
Well, Downers Grove South is having a really hard time passing, and the last 5 balls that they passed, 3 resulted almost in immediate points. 1 was a free ball, and this last one again.
12-3 Mighty Macs, side out. They've been down before. Can they come back again? It'll be with the hand of Tracy Black. nicely off the hit by Walsh. Zamitis from the back row. Point, Downers Grove South.
Hit Sherry Hughes back there.
Mays a little bit long.
It's a good idea.
There you see the hairpiece that has each of the rungs of the ladder, a ribbon for every team that they've beaten in that team's school colors in their hair. Out of bounds, side out. Never Say Die, and Amy Thompson to serve. Mighty Mac, such an outstandingly balanced team, have showed it tonight.
Nice save.
And the Never Say Die Mustangs. Isaac with the save and the left-hand dig, but out of bounds, side out. Got something on the floor on the side of Downers Grove South. And substitutions coming back in for the Mighty Macs. Re-entering Jennifer Bell and Amy Kalchbrenner. Kalchbrenner back to serve. They're leading 12-4.
Well, Mother McAuley has made 4 service errors, Downers Grove South 1. Another successful one, however.
Zamitis.
Nice, just an off-speed little shot, right in, just a little push shot right into the middle.
So Nicole Little will try her hand. One at a time. Matt Estella with one of her few hit attempts off the sky-high hit.
He had to wait for that and wait for that to come down, and then boom, right into the net.
Net violation, as you look at Jennifer Bell. So a break for the Mustangs. Their fans have seen them come back so many times. Can they do it again? Oh, great serve.
Beautiful serve.
And a great dig by Sherry Hughes. Heads up play by number 3, Michelle Dennis.
You know, McAuley has done that same shot for about 5 either points or side outs in the last several plays. Just a soft touch shot right over the block, and they're not picking up on it very well at Downers Grove.
The young lady who did it was serving. Oh my gosh. Everybody looked. Somebody finally moved. That was Debbie Mays. Hughes picked up by Thompson. Out to Zamitis. Off speed. Hughes found a double block. Going at it again. Off the head of Zamitis. Oh, Black from the back row on a great point by both teams.
That was a beautiful point. Just a beautiful point.
So after that exchange, it's going to be
Mays to serve.
right there is Thompson off the block. Bonnie in game 2, the same thing began. The blocking started to pick up and the momentum changed.
Now we've got a timeout by McAuley, but that was a beautiful block by Zamitis and Tracy Black. They were right up there.
It's championship volleyball, high school style in the state of Illinois at its best. The Mighty Macs of McAuley, 7-time champs, first-time opponent in the championship match, and first trip here, Downers Grove South, making one of their great comebacks. Some of the fans.
See this last point coming up again. Just a nice, easy shot over the net. And Downers Grove is really strong blocking again. You know, momentum never fails to make an appearance. Every match that's ever played, every championship, every consolation round, momentum will have her way, and she seems to be kind of parading out on the court. And it seems to be kind of shifting over to Downers Grove side now.
And probably in volleyball more than any other sport.
Absolutely.
Mays still serving. Hughes put that one right through the block. Side out Mighty Max and Michelle Battistella, their great setter, back to serve. Another great point, Bonnie.
What a great save by Little. Oh! Ended with a hitting error by Sherry Hughes. That was a great save by Little. Just get out there and save the ball.
Quickness counts.
You said it. At this point, we have 13 kills on the part of Mother McAuley, 4 service aces. For Downers Grove South, 7 kills, 2 service aces. But don't let that fool you, because McAuley led in the statistical columns in the last game, and everything except for total points scored.
Terry Zamitis to serve for the Mustangs. Down by 5. Third game. Tried the off speed, but it didn't fool Thompson or Black.
Yeah, McAuley has been successful with that off speed almost all night long, but over on the left side, not out of the middle, and Downers Grove was just waiting for him.
Walsh looked for the touch, but she's not going to get it. Out of bounds, point. Downers Grove. Now we're getting a call of a touch. Not sure how it all occurred, and
Not sure how it occurred either. And one of the McAuley players asked the linesman if there wasn't a touch, and there didn't seem to be, and then one of the officials called a touch.
Leach captain, as is her right, came over to talk with referee Denise Izat, and there were 2 subs while we were in that. As you look at Judy Gresham with McAuley to serve, up 12-8.
Net serve.
Boy, I tell you, you can't see it. That's why referee Denise Izat has her hand on the
That's
net.
right.
She felt it.
And with all the vibrations going around here, that's pretty amazing.
Eve Zaitzik.
That was a great recovery by McAuley.
Oh, another great save. Shell Dennis. Oh, Thompson around. Now they look for the touch.
No touch.
Out of bounds. Side out to McAuley and Hughes to serve. Doesn't get any better than this. Dennis with the tip. Hughes with a nice pickup. Out of bounds by Dennis.
You're right, Ann. This is one of the most exciting championships I can remember in a long time.
We're so glad you've joined us live here at Redbird Arena. I'm Ann Poundstone along with Bonnie Beach, and we're having a great time. We hope you are too. Karen Black, Tracy Black. Ball came down on Downer's side, side out. Katie Wall serving for the Mighty Max, leading 12-8, third game.
There's that top spin serve and handled very nicely by Downers. Black from the backcourt. Little doing a great job of setting.
Oh. Talk about persistence. There was the Mighty Max showing, and everybody thought the ball was dead. It kept being dug out.
You know, another amazing thing, Ann, Judy Gresham was telling us this afternoon that she's only got 2 players on this team who are club players, whereas most of the McAuley players are playing club. And it's a real credit to the coaching and to the athleticism of the Downers Grove South team.
She said she'd rather have the well-rounded player, the athlete, and she thinks they gain a lot from other sports and other coaches and other peers.
And indeed they have, as Midas is a basketball player and Little is an all-state soccer player.
Right now, Downers is using that talent for a run. But Michelle Dennis puts it down on the off-speed hit through the block side out. But now before Downers comes another point closer, they're inching their way back in. McAuley unable to score in several rotations, so it's up to the Mighty Max to get a point right here. Off of Cesniak. Outside to Zamitis. She says, higher, higher, Eve, point, Mighty Max. The only error that we can remember of citing, and it's been a costly one because it's 14-8, 14-9. Possible championship point entering the lineup for Downers Grove South is number 11, Sally Butler. They have no timeout. She had to use that to break momentum. Janine Cesniak to serve for the Mighty Max. That time it was out. Oh boy, I tell you what, it's gutsy to watch one of those come so close on match point.
No kidding.
Little to serve. The Mighty Max in anticipation. Nancy Peterson very calm.
On the outside anyway.
Great play in the middle by Michelle Dennis. And she has the chance. Outside. Out of bounds. Side out.
Way outside, and Carrie Burney wasn't able to bring it back in.
Mays to serve. Nobody behind the block, though. Mays gave it all she had.
Good block, and just nobody could get in fast enough to pick it up.
Battistella. Championship point again.
Passing error and point game and match to the Mighty Max of Mother McAuley, who have returned once again to the championship ring in the IHSA Girls State Volleyball Championships.
They win it 15-9, 8-15, 15-9. Oh. The state champion Mighty Max of Mother McAuley. Pressure on them all year. They have been the favorites. As they go and congratulate their rivals, the Mustangs of Downers Grove South. We'll be back with the awards right after this. The Sportsmanship Award newly given by the IHSA, and Julie Bolts to announce the winners.
Executive Director Marty Hickman, and IHSA Board of Director President Lauren Stevens, Principal of Fieldcrest in Minonk. Winning banners for sporting a winning attitude at the 1992 Girls State Volleyball Tournament are Jacksonville High School, Coach Larry Sample, Principal Tom Young. Chicago, Lincoln Park. Coach Kathy Kelly, Principal Dr. Hamilton McMaster. Crystal Lake South, Coach Pete Katra, Principal Lawrence O'Meara. And Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin, Coach Helen Dooley, Principal Sister Kathleen Tate. We would now like to direct your attention to midcourt for the presentation of the first and second place team and individual awards for the girls class AA state final volleyball tournament. Presenting medallions to the squad members of the second place team will be Mr. Thomas Howard of Fremd High School in Palatine, who serves the IHSA as a member of the board of directors, and Mr. Larry Stinson of Aledo High School in Aledo, who serves the IHSA as secretary of the board of directors. At this time, please meet the Mustangs of Downers Grove South, who finished the 1992 season in second place with a final record of 36 wins and 6 losses. First, meet the principal of Downers Grove South High School, Dr. Craig Zeck. Head coach, Judy Gresham. Assistant coach, Rich Gresham. Assistant coach, Denise Aridia. And assistant coach, Ellen O'Brien. Number 5, Nicole Little. Number 6, Eve Seitzig. Number 7, Katie Wise. Number 9, Tammy Mandros. Number 11, Sally Butler. Number 13, Christy Boker. Number 14, Julie Horvath. Number 15, Sarah Zimmerman. Number 18, Terry Zamitis. Number 20, Debbie Mays. Number 21, Katie Perkins. Number 22, Tracy Black. Number 23, Amy Thompson. Number 24, Stacy Vargas. Trainer, Marianne Seward. Manager, Sean Maloney. Presenting medallions to the squad members of the first place team will be Ms. Linda Lane of Fenger High School in Chicago, who serves as vice president of the board of directors, and Mr. Larry Stinson of Aledo High School in Aledo, who serves the IHSA as secretary of the board of directors. At this time, please meet the Mighty Macs of Mother McAuley. who finished the 1992 season in first place with a final record of 39 wins and 2 losses. First, meet the principal of Mother McAuley High School, Sister Corrine Raven. Head coach, Nancy Peterson. Assistant coach, Lisa Singer. Assistant coach, Natalie Holder. And athletic director, Diane Dara. Number 1, Michelle Battistella. Number 3, Michelle Dennis. Number 6, Colleen Christensen. Number 7, Kelly Maloney. Number 8, Colleen Quinlan. Number 9, Jennifer Bell. Number 10, Katie Walsh. Number 11, Amy Kelchbrenner. Number 12, Sherry Hughes. Number 13, Carrie Burney. Number 14, Katie Owens. Number 15, Janine Sesniak. Number 18, Carolyn Vlasis. Number 19, Eileen Skalitsky. Manager, Carrie O'Keefe. And Donna Smith. Presenting the second place trophy will be Ms. Linda Lane of Fenger High School in Chicago, who serves as the Vice President of the Board of Directors for the IHSA. Will Coach Judy Grostrom and the captains of Downers Grove South High School please step forward to receive the second place trophy. Presenting the first place trophy will be Mr. Thomas Howard of Fram High School in Palatine, serves as the director of the IHSA. Coach Nancy Peterson and the athletes of Mother McAuley, please step forward and receive your first place trophy.
Well, Bonnie, there you have it. We've crowned 2 state champions today on a wonderful evening of volleyball, and it appears that experience counts.
Well, you know, Ann, we wondered what was going to count here, but it's not the kind of experience that we thought. Really what it is are players who have had a lot of volleyball experience. We had 2 state champions with teams who have club players. They played a very diverse schedule. They played in-state competition, out-of-state competition. We had one of the best finals matches we've ever had with another team that's had a lot of competitive experience, but some of it's been on the basketball floor, some of it's been on the soccer field. We've had young players, older players, and experience counts, but a little bit different than what we thought.
Well, the champion in A was Wheaton St. Francis, beating Mendota 17-15, 15-12. In third place in Class A, Breeze Central over Kansas. We will be able to bring that match to you live earlier. And then tonight, of course, Mother McAuley and Downers Grove South in 3 games. Third place went to Crystal Lake South over Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin. So what a night of volleyball live here from Redbird Arena. Thanks for being with us. The next IHSA Championship event on Sports Channel will be the Girls and Boys Cross Country Championship Sunday at 8 p.m. This game was produced and directed by Tim Sutton. Our executive producer is Greg Bowman. Remote facilities were provided by Trio Video of Chicago. Once again, the winner of Class A, Wheaton St. Francis, and Class AA, Mother McAuley. For Bonnie Beach, I'm Ann Penstone saying good night. The proceeding has been an exclusive presentation of Sports Channel. Stay tuned to Sports Channel for Chevrolet Sports Fire. This week's guest is artist Leroy Neiman.